Good morning everyone. Just been out, filled the bike up with petrol. The pumps were empty. Well, the forecourt was empty, no, not the pumps. No panic buying locally at the moment. Though I did see in a paper yesterday that there was a photograph of some service personnel being instructed how to operate a petrol tanker. And the headline above the picture was, "Do we need to top up? Do we need to panic?" What a totally bad thing to do, really. Irresponsible headlines. Almost as though they're trying to incite, further panic buying. I'm sure the government wouldn't like the idea of that. Yeah, I've got the bike filled up. The next job after a little ride around is to get some in the car as well. Just enough to keep me going. Don't use the car a great deal, mainly for shopping and emergencies. Had an emergency Easter Monday. Yeah, my poor little dog had to have him put down. He's sort of a half Alsatian, and Alsatians do tend to suffer with their back legs. Anyhow, he was 14 years old, so good lifespan really for a dog. Still doesn't make it any easier. So I'm going for a little ride to just take my mind off things a bit. Usually do a right turn about there, but just for a change I'll go left and go through the village of Bredhurst. Quite an old village once you get over this motorway bridge to get to it. Yeah, motorway's fairly quiet. Only problem is with this place, as in common with a lot of other villages nowadays, speed humps, and in this particular village a 20 mile an hour speed limit. Still, I suppose it makes life easier for the residents. But 20 mile an hour seems a bit of a tight speed limit. Actually, I'm going to miss the centre part of the village and divert around the outskirts. Passed plenty of horses today, but most of them are too far away to get a decent video of. Damn boy. Yep. Missed that one. Lovely. Quick look at the scenery and something, and there's a perishing lump in the road. Lovely wide open spaces. Apart from the bus fumes, it's quite pleasant. No, go straight ahead for a change. I might regret it because it's not a very good road. Get my gears sorted out, I'll be alright. All this yellow stuff growing in the fields, it's got the unfortunate name of rapeseed. It's not all fully out yet, but when it does, it's a rather resplendent colour. Really brightens the countryside up. Why they gave it a name like that, I do not know. Yeah, it grows fairly tall, some of it, about up to shoulder height, or at least waist height. There's a couple of good spots I know where you can get quite a good panorama of the effect, but I'll leave that for another day until such time as it's fully ripened. Wasn't too bad along that little twisty road. It's good living quite close to the countryside. About a 5-minute ride and you're away from the hustle and bustle. Not quite sure what the sound is like at the moment with the wind. Plus I discovered yesterday that the little microphone in the helmet, I hadn't put this little soft hat on. So whether that's made it better or worse, I won't find out till I get home. Stopped because I suddenly remembered, left the petrol station, didn't reset the mileage. That's better. I think now I know I've got about 200k before I need to fill up again. Another pretty empty petrol station. Seems like the panic buying has ended for the moment. Yippee! Right. Not one of my favourite junctions. Yeah, have to be quite careful of that junction on this bike. Just not the power nor the acceleration to blast away. I've passed several cars that have a for sale notice in the window of them. Now, they need to be careful because our local council has decided that that is against their trading regulations. They class it as selling from the street. Now, my next door neighbour fell foul of it the other day. He got a notice in his motor's window. Been on there a couple of days. Next thing you know, the law was banging on his door, the local council enforcement banging on the door, and he got done for it, I think. Now that seemed a bit unfair. I think the idea behind the ruling was to stop motor traders having a string of cars parked along the road, all with for sale notices on them, and generally creating a nuisance and a road blockage, and fair enough, to get them off the streets. But poor old Joe Public just honestly wants to get rid of his car, sticks a little handwritten notice in it, and gets done for it. Just a warning, check your local councils, rules and regulations. Right, that's about it for this ride. I'll catch you next time. Take care, ride safe.